Hi, I'm Rue, and I suffer from depression and anxiety. And I thought today we'd kind of chat about how we can survive quarantine because that's on everybody's mind right now. And there are certain things that we can do that can greatly help. Um, One of the things that has, you know, kept my sanity, I guess, is self care. Now is a great time to read a good book, to take a hot bath, put Epsom salt or baking soda and some essential oil in there, especially things like lavender that would actually be very calming, that kind of thing. There's stressors that we're not going to be able to do anything about, so we just have to learn how to fix those things the best way that we can. Um, I know one of the things is, all of a sudden, we're all here together. And that's kind of, I mean, that sounds bad, but I'm used to peace and quiet for, 7, 8 hours a day. And all of a sudden there's noise, commotion, cartoons, music, everything's playing all the time, and noise kind of makes me go bonkers sometimes. Sometimes I just need quiet. So, something that we have talked about starting probably tomorrow is having a block of time, an hour to 2 hours of quiet time a day. That way, my daughter goes to her bedroom, she can read a book, she can play a game on her tablet, something like that, um, that gives her downtime. Her school's been fantastic about sending workout through it's a regular, it's called Class Tag. It's just a good way for parents and teachers to communicate and, stay in touch and that thing all the time, not just during this one thing, this one, particular time with quarantine. But it's because we already had that in place. It's provided a lot of information. You can send your teacher a message if there's something that our children are struggling with, that they're just not getting. um, and I'm not a trained teacher by any means, so sometimes there's stuff that I can't. I know how to do it, I know how I do it, but it's been so long since I've learned it that it makes it very difficult to be able to turn around and show her how to do something sometimes. Um, it's something as simple as getting up every day, maintain your schedule. I mean, you don't have to get up at the crack of dawn every morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock, like our household usually gets up. But like this morning, I was up 8:30, 8:30, somewhere around in there. Keep your schedules. Get up, have breakfast, have activities planned throughout your day to, whether it's housework, laundry, whatever. Another thing that often helps me on days that I get up, I shower, I do my hair, I put on my makeup, I get dressed. That just puts my mind in a different space. It sets me up to have a successful day. Then anything that comes up, I'm ready for. Of course, there's not a whole lot coming up right now because we can't leave. I mean, we haven't been mandated that we have to stay indoors, but it is a really, really good idea right now. Starting the 25th, which is tomorrow. Today's the 24th when I'm recording this video. Um, all retail, all restaurants, all gatherings of any kind have been suspended. Um, Most of our large businesses have been sent home. We've got some really large industries here, and they're just not taking any chances. But with that many people gathered, who knows where, with this, we don't know if we've been exposed or not for a long time. And during that long period of time, if we've been exposed and are carrying this virus, we could look at the people that we could, actually, pass it along to. That's why this is spreading so quickly, because people are not taking the responsibility of themselves and for their neighbors and the elderly people around them, the infants, that kind of thing. So we're being cautious and sensible. And that's a big thing. That also gives you control. Flip your mindset from, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. I've just got to sit in this house and it's going to be boring and I don't know what to do, to I am helping my fellow man. I am doing my part to help contain this virus. In doing that, though, there are a few things that kind of come up, and I don't know how long this virus is going to, last. But luckily for me, I had just had my hair cut about a week before all of this started happening. So my hair, we might get a little long, a little longer than normal. I like my hair really short. But one thing that I figured out today to do is I call it my skunk streak. The women in my family we gray prematurely. I have been completely white-headed for years. This is my original hair color. It's my natural hair color. And I often tell people that me and Miss Clairol are like best friends. So I usually, unless I'm getting highlights or something like that, when it's just a base color like this, I'm a little bit of a cheapskate too. I like to save money anywhere I can, and that helps us be a one income family and me to stay home and raise my daughter. That, and with my health issues, especially depression and anxiety, it's really, really hard for me to work full time outside of the home. I, over the years, I fought it and tried, and it's been disastrous. So luckily, we are able to, cut those corners and make those sacrifices to allow me to be at home. But I don't have any hair color on hand. I don't have any here. And I was getting what I call my skunk streak, which is usually, right in here. You can start to really see it. Well, today I fixed my hair and I was like, wow, that my white is really starting to show. So I took a really dark, almost black eyeshadow and a big fluffy brush and I colored it in, sort of. It makes it better than what it was. So that's a way to deal. If we have to stay in for a month, there's a lot of us that are going to be needing some, attention to our hair and, things like that in salons and hair salons, nail salons, tanning salons, all those kind of things have been mandatory closed where I live. And tan, I'm ghostly white. And I'm used to that. That doesn't bother me. I don't tan. Occasionally I'll get a spray tan or I'll do some like the home self tanner, just because it's scary. These legs don't need to be let out without some sort of color on them. But those kind of things, that'll have to survive unless somebody has an idea of how I could do that from home. But we can do that. I did my nails today myself. I've been doing my nails and not going to the salon for a better part of a year. I get the press-on nails kind of thing, but I glue them on with nail glue, and it is a fraction of the cost of going to a nail salon. So that's another way, like, if you can order something like through Amazon, that's where I get my nails. I order them from Amazon. So I have like a box of them on hand all the time. Might be that you can still order, but that's just finding things that keep your life as normal as possible is very helpful. Today I put on my springy shirt. It's not feeling much like spring outside. It's raining. As a matter of fact, like crazy storms in the night last night, like thunder so loud it rattled the windows. But I kind of like sleeping like that. Our house is kind of farmhouse kind of thing, and we have a tin roof, or I guess it's called metal roof now because it's not like old timey tin kind of thing. But the rain is amazing. I love to sleep at night when it's raining because of that sound. But just keep life as normal and as close to what you did schedule wise as possible. Um, this is a fantastic time to do things like, maybe organize something, pick a drawer, pick a cabinet, pick a dresser, something to organize a closet every single day. You've been given this time. I mean, we have all been given the gift of time. I know more and more and more, something that comes out of my mouth is I just don't have time. We stay busy all the time. And it's not a mandatory busy. It's not a busy that we are forced to make. It's the decisions that we make for ourselves in our lives. We keep ourselves just go, go, go. And sometimes those really important things fall to the wayside. And all of a sudden, we've been handed large, quantity of time. And I'd like to take advantage of that. I mean, right now is a great time. Try a new recipe, try a new activity, play a game with your children. I've seen several people on my Facebook, they're working puzzles as a family. They're just things that eat up these chunks of time that you might ordinarily be bored, and find things to do that brings the family together, that brings our stress level down. If we're doing something that's fun, we laugh, and that brings our stress levels down, and we can get through this. And just, I mean, use the opportunity you've been given, and try every time you think of something and it's the negative, try to stop yourself and say, no, I'm not going to think like that. I'm going to think positive. I'm going to think, blessing. I'm going to think, in an uplifting manner. And if we can train our brains to think that way, or we can stop ourselves, acknowledge that we had that thought, and then replace that thought with something intentional, something purposefully uplifting, happy, that we can, that's the biggest tool right there that we have. So try to go out there, try to find the happy, try to find the good, do something with your family, do something you've wanted to do for a long time and haven't, and let's live our best life. Till next time, thanks.